Not every image that you want to gather will be available on Flickr. Flickr is a social media network, so people upload images to it. So if somebody hasn't uploaded that picture, you might not be able to find it. So you may have to jump into Google. So for example, if you're searching for a hotel, you might find that that is quite difficult. So if I type in the name of a hotel, so you might find that you need to jump into Google to save your images. Now if you do that, the very first thing that you're going to want to do is go to Tools, Size, and set your search to large, because you only want the large, good quality images. Once you've found the image that you want, you need to select it, and then you're going to need to source this. Now to source this, go ahead and right click it and choose Open Image in New Tab. That will open the image as large as you can, and then you can right click and you can save it, and you can give it a name. Now if it saves like this, looks, if I go and show you this in the folder, if it saves like this, that means that you're not going to be able to use that picture. So if it does that, there's no way around it, you just need to find a different one. So if I just find a different image, and save that, I'm going to click on the little drop down here, choose Show in Folder, and rename it. So the first thing that we do in our sources table is we put in the name, and then in the column next to it we put the properties. Now for the properties, all we need to do is just hover over it, leave the mouse still for a while, and you'll get that JPEG image or whatever it happens to be. So we put that in there. Now it's worth noting here that it's not always going to be a JPEG. This example here that I'm using is, but you might find it's a different file type. For the source, if we go back to Google, the source is here, look where this image is. Now be careful that you don't source this. If you look, if it has Google in it, that's not the source, that's the link to where the search is. So we go to the image, we copy it from here. That goes into there. Now for the legal issues, for our copyright information, what we need to do is go back to our search and then visit the site. Now if you visit the site, the first thing you want to do is scroll to the bottom and see if there's any information about copyright. So you can see, usually down here, look, there we go, copyright for that website. If you're not sure, if you can't find any information, the best thing to do is assume that it is copyright and say that that is the owner there. So what we could do, let's imagine that we didn't find this. All we would put in here is copyright, and then we can put in the web address. And then finally you see how you're going to use that. And that is how you source from Google.